First and foremost, before we get started, I like to pray to the east. I like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash. And double honor to those great millstones, while lunch is truth. And also to the Ophilat that is scattered abroad. I like to say, Shalom. Come back here today with another live camp through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Hope this will help you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And one thing about it, we're getting very close. And once again, double honors to the elders of Great Millstone and also to the hopeful elect that's scattered abroad. I like to say Shalom. So we're seeing right now that, the day is at hand. So what do we mean by the day is at hand? We're very close to the second coming of our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai Mashiach. And also, we knowing that all this wickedness, and all this iniquity is getting ready to be a thing of the past. We're seeing right now that, we're at the end of an earth thing. We're seeing it right now with our own eyes. So I did a quick Google search before we start the day's live count, and the phrase, the day is at hand. So we know that comes from Romans chapter 13 and verse 11, but we'll get that in a minute. It says in Romans chapter 13, 11 through 12, it said the day is at hand. So it refers to the intimate return of Yahweh Shai Mashiach, and the coming of God's kingdom, signaling the end of the night of sin and darkness and the dawn of the day of righteousness and salvation. So that's where we at right now. Our salvation is very close than we yet believe. So we right now, the second coming of our Lord and Savior is so very close. The Lord is visiting the earth that he created. That's why we're seeing all these different prophecies are constantly popping out left and right. We know that the night is far spent. And one thing about it, it's high time to prophesy. Also, it's high time to awake out of sleep. A lot of our people are still asleep, still are not believing, still are in the house of mirth, still are going on with their daily life, that do thy will spirit. But one thing about it is that you're only doing the will of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And one thing about it is that, that's why the Lord has set up prophets, to tell you about these different things, because the day is at hand, salvation, righteousness, peace, immortality, our final rest, which in fact is the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness. Hey, man, we're here, man. That's what we constantly warning you about, left and right. And a lot of our people still right now, they can't get right just right now until all this hell break loose. So we already know what's in the news right now. DJ Donald Trump, Nero reincarnation. We already know that he's talking about he's gonna show Chicago, what the Department of War is all about. So right now, they're saying there's rumors that he's getting ready to send troops into Chicago. So we already know that it already started in LA, started in Washington D.C. They said it's gonna be Detroit, Florida, with Fort Lauderdale, Florida. What's the other place? Different other major cities around across America. So we already know that we're at the beginning stages of what? A civil war. You know what I'm saying? We are here, man. These things are coming, it's coming full tuition. These Bible prophecies are speaking loud and clear. So the day is at hand. You know what I'm saying? The day for our salvation and also the great and glorious return of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And also we seeing right now that what's going in Chicago is a precursor. Is what's going to happen all across America. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be Egyptian against Egyptian. So we at that stage. You know what I'm saying? He's, right now we're seeing that DJ Donald Trump, which in fact is the spirit of the Lord, that great division. This nation is divided. We're seeing it left and right. And also we know that they're getting ready to come up with this new digital infrastructure. It's coming fast and approaching where you're going to have a digital ID. I like to say shalom there, one to come in. Well, shalom there, one for joining me on this live. Shalom. And everybody, hey, man, we're here, man. And we're seeing that the prophecies right now, they're not slowing down. They're not slacking down. At the end, it shall speak and not lie. It's not delaying anymore. These things are rolling out right before our eyes. When you go to Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 33, it said, then they shall know that a prophet was among them. And one thing about it, we're not worried about all this, what's going on in the world right now. The main thing you need to be focused on is the men of the Lord, the voice of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Listening at them. If you're a part of the elect, you'll be able to get this. And one thing about it is that we're seeing right now that, it's coming down to the wire. We seeing that the writing is on the wall. You know what I'm saying? The day is at hand. That's why we constantly warning you left and right. And also about this this 3-eye atlas. You know, there's a lot of talks about this object that's coming, you know, supposed to be here, I think in November, you know what I'm saying, that it's fast approaching and telling you how large it is. But one thing about it, we already know that the Lord is, you know, he's going to return in that fathership, you know what I'm saying, very soon. You know, we knowing that, also we knowing that the wickedness and the devices of Esau Edom, this Project Bluebeam and all this different thing. But one thing about it, we already knowing that, you know, he will not be able to deceive the elect. So right now, we seeing that this man is preparing for what? For war against the citizens, you know, of America. You know, we seeing it left and right, you know, because he's trying to to lock down everything. He's trying to bring forth martial law. You know, these his new world order. We put it like this. You're gonna try to put forth his new world order, and also we know he's gonna try to give you that badge of servitude, which in fact is the RFD microchip, which in fact is the mark of the beast, that grain of rice. That's what we constantly warn you about, left and right. All these things are already here, it's in place. The stage is set, all things are ready. So all you gotta do is cause some type of event to happen, some type of flag event, some type of black swan event. You know, these different things that fast approach. You know, right now, you know, our people right now, it's gonna be in for a rude awakening. Because a lot of people, you know, they still are friends with Esau Edom. You know, they thinking that, that all of them is not like that, but you getting ready to find out. Everyone is getting ready to go back to their natural state. You seeing right now, this man is getting ready to use that sword in a big way. You know, we are very close. So man, I'm telling you, man, we are very, and also, you know, spiritual, you know what I'm saying, alertness. You know what I'm saying? You got to be spiritual to see what's coming. So the prudent man, you know, foresees the evil. You know what I'm saying? We seeing what's coming down the pipeline. You know what I'm saying? We know that World War III is constantly brewing. I did a lesson about a couple of days ago on the king of the East. So the Lord is moving the chess pieces around. You know, so these Bible prophets, they're constantly popping. Man, we're excited. We're almost out of here. That's why we got to constantly, you know what I'm saying, sigh and cry. We got to constantly, you know what I'm saying, bring out this truth. You know what I'm saying? We got to constantly, you know what I'm saying, stay locked in. You know what I'm saying? Stay focused. You know what I'm saying? Laser focused. You know, and keep our eyes single on that prize, which in fact is the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness. So now we'll start today's lesson live. If I can get this phone to come back up. But just like I say, you know, hey man, these things right here, right before our day is at hand. Our salvation at the door, immortality, rulership, spiritual power. It's at the door, man. We're so excited, man. We seeing these prophets are speaking loud and clear, man. Woo! We are here. So let's go here first. Let's start here first in Romans chapter 13. Romans chapter 13 and verse 11. It said, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. So right now, you know, it's nearer than we believe, because what these prophecies right now, they're speaking right now. You know what I'm saying? So we seeing that, hey, this is it. Any given day, you know what I'm saying, all hell could break loose. And also this could be the possible dark winter. And also I heard a report that in West Chicago that it was snowing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know whether it's been confirmed or not, but I seen that in an earlier news report earlier. You know, so Esau Edom, he can use this heart manipulating weather machine at will, but it's all through the spirit and the power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Let's read this once again. It says Romans chapter 13 and verse 11 said, and that knowing that the time that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now our salvation is nearer than we believe. Verse 12, it said, the night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. So that's what we got to do right now. You know, the day is far spent. You know what I'm saying? We're here. You know what I'm saying? Put on the armor of light, which in fact is wisdom and knowledge, is understand this gospel that shall sustain you, shall be a stronghold in times of trouble. Verse 13, it says, let us walk honestly as in the day, not in riotings, and not in drunkenness, not in clamoring and wantonness, not in striving envy. So that's what we got to do. You know, we had to let go of the mortal thought. You know what I'm saying? Get our house in order, get our mind right. You know, that's where we at right now. You know, examine ourselves, make sure that we And it's true, you know what I'm saying? Whatever we got to work on, we need to work on. Ask the Lord to give us more faith. Ask the Lord to give us strength to make it through these turbulent times. You know what I'm saying? The Lord said he would be with us all the way through the finish line. So we got to let go of this wicked world. We're not of this world. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about it is that we seeing right now, this place is slowly beginning to crumble. We're seeing the decline of America. We're seeing that this place is finished. We're seeing that these other nations are coming together. They are coming in alliance against America. We're seeing that left and right, just like the Bible said. Verse 14 said, but put ye on the Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof. So that's exactly what we got to do, left and right. Now we're here. The day is at hand, man. We constantly warning people left and right, man. These things are here. So let's get another one. Let's go here to let's see where I want to go to here first. Let's go here to see here first. Let me go here to the day is at hand. Let's go here to Proverbs chapter 22. Proverbs chapter 22. Just random scriptures. And it says here, it said, the prudent man foresees the evil and hides himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. So one thing about it, you know what I'm saying? So we seeing right now the prudent man, which in fact is the wise man, we foreseeing the evil. We seeing the signs of the time. We seeing that these prophecies are speaking loud and clear. We knowing that it's no delay. We knowing that the day is at hand. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, hey man, it's time. Let's read this once again. A prudent man foresees the evil and hides himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. So that's exactly what's getting ready to happen. A lot of these truthers, they're not aware, they're not considering the signs of the time. They're very simple, you know what I'm saying? They simple, they believe in every word, you know what I'm saying? One thing about it, how long you say you simple one shall love simplicity when you go to Proverbs chapter 1. So, that's the time that we at right now. The Lord is, is causing this separation. The Lord is causing these prophets to happen. The Lord is causing these plagues to come upon us on every side. We're seeing that left and right. You know what I'm saying? So let's go here to Revelation, because we're right now. You know what I'm saying? We're seeing this man is constantly preparing for war. We're seeing right now this man is constantly preparing for war. Revelation chapter 6 and verse 4. Revelation chapter 6 and verse 4, and it says, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given unto him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. And that about it, we already know it. There's another horse was red. It's talking about the so-called white man. You know what I'm saying? The devil that the Bible speaks of. And that about the power was given to him. So we already know when you go to Job chapter 9, verse 24, the earth was given into his hand for a short season. You know what I'm saying? And at the bottom, it's saying to take peace from the earth. So that's what we're constantly seeing right now. He's getting ready to take peace from the earth. We're seeing that he's constantly lining up, mobilizing these troops, and also he's federalizing the police. This place is slowly becoming a police state. You know what I'm saying? These draconian laws, this Tartarian law. They coming, fast approaching. We're seeing right now, that things is constantly changing. When you watch those movies like Civil War, you know what I'm saying? Leave the World Behind. What's the other one? There's another one too. But it's several of them that be at The Purge. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they want. They want to bring this order out of chaos so they can bring forth their new system, their new way of doing things. But it's not going to work. So we already know that they have these things into play. So and also let's go back to Revelation chapter 6 and verse what's going to say, and was given unto him a great sword right at the end. So that great sword is talking about his military, his technology. You know what I'm saying? This AI is robotics. These different things that he's coming in play with. You know what I'm saying? We already know that China, they were displaying their military parade. They had these robotic dogs. They had these drones, different military equipment that they were showing. So right now, they're constantly flexing their muscle against the West and NATO. You know what I'm saying? So we seeing right now the pictures is constantly lining up, man. These things are man, we're here. It's at the door, man. So let's read this once again. It said in Revelation chapter 6 and verse 4, it said, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. and there was given unto him a great sword. So we already know when you go to Psalm chapter 17 and verse 13, you know what I'm saying, we telling the Lord to disappoint him. You know what I'm saying, cast him down, which is thy sword. So we talking about Esau, Edom, that is his blessing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That sword. You know what I'm saying? To what? He loved what? Doing a whole lot of unalive. He like shedding innocent blood. He like going to other people's nation, robbing, stealing, and killing. You know what I'm saying? But that is his blessing. One thing, but it's only for a short season. So right now, he's saying that his days are determined. So that's why this man is moving in warp speed. You know what I'm saying? And also, you know, you look up that that's Project Megiddo. Look that up. You know, that's another thing that's targeting the people of color. Also, what is that? Operation Jade Helm. That's another one. Also, what's that other one? What's another one called the King Alfred plans? So they already have a lot of things in place for us. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people still think that this is a game. But all the game's about to be over, man. We're very close, man. We coming into some turbulent times, man. So let's go here to Isaiah chapter 47. Let's get this right quick. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 47. Isaiah chapter 47. And one thing about it, Dave, you know what I'm saying, man, we knowing that the famine of the word is fast approaching. So we're here, man. We're so very excited. Isaiah chapter 47 and verse 1, it said, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon." It says, "Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldean, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate." So that's where we at right now. You know what I'm saying? It's talking about what? The harlot. You know what I'm saying? The whore that sits on men of water, which in fact America. You know what I'm saying? It said, go and sit down in this dust. You know what I'm saying? They're here on the ground. You know what I'm saying? There's, you know what I'm saying? Let's read it once again. It said, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldean, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate." So one thing about you would no longer be called tender and delicate. You know what I'm saying? There ain't gonna be no more do thy will, spirit. There ain't gonna be no more, you know, you can come here and do whatever you want to do here. You know, also sexual immorality. You know, a lot of people have a lot of pleasure here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of wickedness is done here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, you know what I'm saying, they love it here because they love the wickedness of this place. But the Lord's getting ready to destroy this place. Go sit down in the dust. You know what I'm saying? That means dust goes into confusion. This place is getting ready to be totally destroyed. That's why we constantly warning people left and right. But a lot of people right now, you know, they're in for a rude awakening, man. They're in for a rude awakening, man. This man is getting ready to be totally destroyed. That's what we constantly warning you left and right. You know what I'm saying? The day is at hand. So let's go here to Isaiah chapter 34. No further. Let's go into Psalms. Let's go into Psalm chapter 50, 55. You know what I'm saying? Because this man here, you know, he's something else, man. Psalm chapter 55 goes, he's speaking smooth with his lips. You know what I'm saying? Let's see right here. See, can I get it right quick? Yeah, this here, you know, so right now, this man is telling, you know, he's coming for peace. He's coming to, you know what I'm saying, the stop crime, you know, all this, what you call illegal aliens or illegal migrants, all sorts of things that he's coming up with. But we already know what the ultimate plan is total control, lock down everything, and make you a petrol slave, bring forth that chip. So Psalm chapter 55, and verse 20 said, "He has put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He has broken his covenant." Verse 21 said, "The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart." Said his words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn sore. Let's read that once again. That's exactly what this man is constantly doing. But he constantly right now, you know, he's showing Chicago, you know what I'm saying, that hey, we're coming in here. You know what I'm saying? I like to say Shalom to everyone to come in, boy. Shalom for joining me on this live. Shalom. You know what I'm saying? Brakathah. So but one thing about it that we're here. We seeing right now, let's read this once again. It said, Psalm chapter 55 and verse 21, it said, "The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart." Said his words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn sword. So that's what this man getting ready to use. This man getting ready to use that sword in the big way, the devil that the Bible speaks of, because what? He's seeing that his days is determined. And one thing about it, he's trying to set this up left and right. And a lot of times, you know, we seeing like DJ Donald Trump, they're saying about that, he had a post that he put up, you know what I'm saying, a meme he had put up about that he was saying that that Chicago was getting ready to find out about why we call it the Department of War. You know what I'm saying? So we seeing right now this man right here, that's all he's talking about. You know, then he'll turn around and say that we coming in to just for to get the illegals out, you know, for the immigration, you know, that they're there to help the ICE police. They're there just to assist them, and just in case they need any help. But it's nothing for nothing else. But you know, just like I said, this man here is the father of lies. You know what I'm saying? This man is lies in the seat. But we already know who he is coming for. It's already started with what the Northern tribe, you know what I'm saying? With Issachar, you know what I'm saying? You know, the Latin tribes. So right now they in for a rude awakening. So his words is like smooth and butter. But one thing about it, war is in his heart. So exactly that's what's happening. So it's intimate. You know that it's not going to stop. These things are coming upon us at a fast pace. That's why we constantly warn you left and right. You know, at any given time while I'm doing this live, you know what I'm saying? Boom, something probably going off right now. We already know that, you know, things are picking up in the Middle East between Iran and Israel. Also, you know, China is getting prepared to go into Taiwan. So a lot of things is constantly happening. Things are picking up right here in our own backyard. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's talking smooth as butter. Oh, we just there, you know, to keep the peace and, you know, safety, and we're here to, you know what I'm saying, to help the people's here. You know, we don't want we don't want to come here and to do anything else but to help people. But hey, that's a lie. So let's get a little bit more of that. You know how this man, how he operates. This man, you know, he's very smooth. You know what I'm saying? Speaks smooth things. He's talking real smooth. He never raises his voice, but he is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Let's go here to Sirach. Let's go here to Sirach chapter. Let's go here to Sirach chapter 12. Sirach chapter 12. Sirach chapter 12. We're gonna get this right quick. This man here, he's something else. You know, a lot of people they like what this man is saying. They actually think that this man is for you, but he's not for you. You know what I'm saying? He's totally against you. You know what I'm saying? And about this man is your enemy. So a lot of our people don't understand that they have enemies. You know what I'm saying? And everybody, you know what I'm saying? You know, your enemy, when you go to Psalm chapter 82, it'll give you a list of who your enemy is. And a lot of our people know they love their oppressors. And that's about you getting ready to die with your oppressors. So let's go here, Ecclesiasticus, Sirach chapter 16 and Ecclesiasticus, Sirach chapter 12 and verse 16. It says, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagines how to throw thee into a pit. Say he will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. So that's the MO of the so-called, you know what I'm saying? So-called modern day so-called white man. He come there and tell you all sorts of things. We're here to help you. We're gonna make it better, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna offer you this, you know what I'm saying? Just, you know, everything will be fine. You know, we're gonna come together, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna give you this here. You know, a lot of people gonna line up and take that universal basic income. You know, that's gonna be the bait for you to take that, you know what I'm saying, to that grain of rice. So that's what this man is doing. He's gonna constantly speak sweetly, which, it's not mandatory. It's not, you don't have to worry about it. It's only if you wanted to. It's, you know what I'm saying, it's voluntary. Just come and just, if you want to, it's there for you. We just here to help you. You know what I'm saying? He's the first one on the scene. You know what I'm saying? You know, this devil is, you know, he's ready to pounce on you. You can't. A lot of people can't. You know what I'm saying? They can't. You know, this devil, he's something else. There's something else I want to get into. I think it's Proverbs chapter 4 or 4. Let's check it out right quick. You know, just the mindset of this wicked devil. You know what I'm saying? We know that we hear. Let's get this one right quick. Something just came to my mind. I think it's Proverbs chapter 16. Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 4. So the Lord, you know what I'm saying? You know, the wicked is already, you know, he's created for the day of what? A day of evil. Let's read this here. It said Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 4 said, the Lord has made all things for himself. Yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. So one thing about it is, hey, so it's bad right here. You know what I'm saying? Who is the wicked? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. the devil that the Bible speaks of. We constantly warn you about this red devil. A lot of people beginning to find out that, hey, you know what? We did those guys that was out here in these dresses and were hooping and hollering, talking about the white man is the devil. You know, I kind of go along with that now, because a lot of people seeing that how DJ Donald Trump, which in fact he's a puppet, you know, for the international bankers. You know, he's a puppet for them, and he's doing the bidding of them to bring forth their new enterprise, which in fact is the NWO. So we see it right now. He's constantly destroying America, bringing it down, but the Lord is doing that. You know what I'm saying? He putting the spirit on him to do that. You know what I'm saying? We can't give him any type of credit. We all are doing the will of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. Let's read Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 4 once again. It said, the Lord has made all things for himself. Yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. So that's exactly what's getting ready to happen. The day of evil is getting ready to come upon us. The hour of temptation, Jacob's trouble. You know what I'm saying? It's fast approaching. You know what I'm saying? The hour of testing. So everybody on this planet is getting ready to be affected. You know what I'm saying? Right now, a lot of people are living a nice lifestyle right now. Yeah, are happy here right now. Happy-go-lucky. But what are you going to do when you don't have any money? What are you going to do when you don't have any food? What are you going to do when you can't get your medical supply? You can't go to work anymore without taking it under the skin. What are you going to do? A lot of people going what? Line up and trust in the strength of Egypt. We already seeing that these things are lining up. Like in Chicago, we seeing right now that at any given time, you know, things are brewing right there. So if he goes in there, you know, I feel that things might gonna start picking up. We seeing it happening left and right. Make sure this live's still rolling. I think this live's still rolling. Yeah, it's still rolling. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about it though, man, it is here. It's at the door. So we knowing that we're this time is fast approaching. Let's see whether there's something else I want to get right here. Let's go here to Isaiah chapter 19, because this is where we at right here. Isaiah chapter 19. Isaiah chapter 19. And let's start up at verse 1. We start up at verse 1, because this is good meat right here. So Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 1 said, the burden of Egypt. Said, behold, said, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, said, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved, said, at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. So one thing about it, that we already know, modern day Egypt is America. You already know that Egypt, you know what I'm saying, is hand in hand with the house of bondage. So right now, you know, so the Lord is going to come on that swift cloud, which in fact is that fathership, which in fact, so you can understand it, that spacecraft that's going to blot out the sky. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, you know what I'm saying, the Lord, you know, is getting ready to show up. That's why they constantly, you know, we constantly seeing those reports about that three-eye atlas. You know what I'm saying? They keep telling that object's going to be approaching in November. But one thing about it, you know, we gonna wait and see. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, we're gonna measure the time diligently. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about it, we already know that this man can cause some type of fake alien invasion. You know what I'm saying? To throw you off. But one thing about it, he already know what's out there. You know, he got those high-powered telescopes. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord is going to enter into Egypt. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be the curse that go over the entire earth. When you go to Zechariah chapter 5. You know what I'm saying? One thing is going to be good for the elect. It's going to be bad for everyone else. The Lord is going to be doing a whole lot of destroying. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, this is the time that we in. Verse 2. It said, Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 2 said, and I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. So that's where we at right now. So we're seeing that big protesting that's going on in Chicago right now. They said they had a lot of YNs down there. You know, they was doing a lot of different things. They said they were robbing people right in front of the police. You know what I'm saying? There were reports of that. But, you know, a lot of these things they're not going to put on the news, or they're not going to put on social media. So we already know right now at some point, you know what I'm saying, they're going to take the internet down. You know what I'm saying? The famine of the word is going to come, but the Lord's going to cause it to happen. You know what I'm saying? So we know that we're very close. So the opportunity now is to seek the Lord. But while he can't be found, because we are running out of time. So right there, you know, you got convenience. You can turn on the YouTube. You can watch your favorite prophet or your favorite teacher at any given time, you know, all around the world, simultaneously. You know, so when you go there with Psalm chapter 19, you go there to tell you about that internet script. You know what I'm saying? This gospel is being preached throughout the entire world, through the four corners of the world, and then shall the end come. So we are very close to these times. So the Lord's getting ready to set the Egyptian against the Egyptian. The modern day Egyptian is the Americans. You know what I'm saying? So this place is going to be torn apart. Also, we're talking about these sleeper cells. You know what I'm saying? It's already saying that they had 1,000 in different cities across America. These sleeper cells, they're just waiting on the green light, ready to go. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, these things are here. The Lord said he would fill this place with caterpillars. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, so this place is already filled with the enemy right now. The enemy is within. A Red Dawn event. You watch that movie, Red Dawn, by, I like the one by Patrick Swayze. There's another one done by Chris Hemsworth. I think he played as Thor also. But you know what I'm saying? You check those movies out. He's telling you all these different things that could go down. China is bucking up. Russia is bucking up. North Korea is bucking up. You know what I'm saying? These other nations saying we are strong. So we go. These things are fast approaching. Also, we know that draft is gonna come back. You know what I'm saying? Right now, they're not saying anything about it, but wars are upon us. And a lot of things that they're putting into place because they're getting ready because they knowing that something is coming and something big is coming. And one thing about it's going to be life-changing event, like the prophets told you. You know what I'm saying? These things are coming. The civil war is right upon us. You know what I'm saying? Sedition, rioting, looting. You know what I'm saying? Kill or be killed. You know what I'm saying? Robbing, raping. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things are getting ready to happen. You know what I'm saying? Great fear is getting ready to fall on a lot of people. Let's read this once again. It said, Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 2 said, and I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian, and they shall fight every one against his brother and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. So in every place, you know what I'm saying? Every major city, it's going to be like a war zone. Chicago, New York, L.A., Phoenix, Detroit, Jackson, Mississippi, New Orleans. They already said in a report that they was going into New Orleans too, also behind Chicago. So these things coming, heavy populated people of color, the Negroes, the Latinos, the Native Indians, Jacob Trouble. You know what I'm saying? We're at the beginning stages. And also World War III is popping off left and right. We seeing what the kings of the East. We seeing what they had that meeting the other day. That military that military parade. You know what I'm saying? And America. What's going on, man? Read the Bible, man. All right. And one thing about it is that you seeing that these alliances are coming together. You know what I'm saying? So Ezekiel chapter 38 is lining up just like clockwork. You know what I'm saying? All the major players are coming on the scene, man. We're here. So we seeing that that parade that China, Xi Jinping, did with Putin and Kim Jong-un. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping I'm saying it right. They all got together in collaboration. What were they talking about? How to take out the West and Israel. You know what I'm saying? The least of the flock should draw them out. So we knowing at some point these things are getting ready to pop. You know what I'm saying? Lord's getting ready to putting the spirit on these leaders. You know what I'm saying? Let's read that right quick. Let's go to Psalm chapter 21. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I'm telling you, man, the Lord is doing a mighty work, man. So we already know that civil war is imminent. You know what I'm saying? It's right here. It's right before our eyes. It's going to happen. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 21. Man, I'm telling you, man, any given time, man. Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 1, it said, the king's heart is in the hands of the Lord. It said, as the rivers of water, he turneth it. It said, wheresoever he will. So that's, the Lord is controlling the mind, of these leaders in the world. You know what I'm saying? Right now, they saying that, hey, they say we ain't giving a damn about America. You know, the Lord putting that on their spirit. You know what I'm saying? The Lord's getting ready to cause these things to happen. You know what I'm saying? He's constantly moving the chess pieces around. You know what I'm saying? They shall burn the whore when you go to what? Revelation chapter 17. You know what I'm saying? They getting together. You know what I'm saying? They get ready to take this place out. And they get ready to come up against Israel. You know what I'm saying? We know that Israel will be nuked, but Israel will be rebuilt back up. And also we know that America is going to be nuked and it's going to be totally destroyed. There will be no inhabitant left here. So a lot of people are still trying to accomplish something here, trying to help some type of reputation here. Whatever you're trying to do, it's not going to matter. What you need to be doing right now is seeking the Lord while he can be found. Because one thing about it, we are running out of time. You know what I'm saying? These things are getting ready to go down left and right. So we read that once again, Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 1 again. Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 1, we're going to read that again. It says the king's heart is in the hands of the Lord. So as the rivers of water, he turneth it whatsoever he will. So that's exactly what's happening. You know what I'm saying? The king of the east, they came together. You know, you got Russia, you got China, you got North Korea, you got Iran, you got India, you know, you got Saudi Arabia. It's gonna be it's gonna be a whole band of them. They're gonna storm down on when they get done with Israel, they're gonna go and put something on America's asses too. You know, that's why I said in Joel chapter 2, I think around verse 20, we get that in a minute, the Lord is going to move the northern army and fall from their borders, because it's finna heat up over there, you know, and that draft is coming back very soon. So a lot of people right now are relaxing in their leaves, you know what I'm saying? And these things are getting ready to come upon us at a fast pace. While you're sleeping, the devil is constantly getting busy, man. So we are very close, man. These things are fast approaching. You know, the sword and their destruction draws nearer and nearer, man. And one people shall stand up and fight against another. So that's where we at right now. Let's go here. So we in that time, in that season. You know what I'm saying? For, you know, that war is in the air, man. We seeing it left and right. You know, that time and that purpose and that season. Let's get here. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 1. It said, to everything there is a season and a time, to every purpose under the heaven. So right there, it's a time and a season. So right now, that time and season that we're in is in war, great tribulation. You know what I'm saying? Great persecution, great death and destruction. You know what I'm saying? The birth pains. We're here. They're at the door. You know what I'm saying? Let's drop down to verse 8. Let's see here, verse 8. Let's go straight to the point. It says here, a time to love, a time to hate, a time of war, and a time of peace. So we're not in a time of peace. We're not in a time of love. We're not in the time, you know what I'm saying? The only time that we're in right now is a time of war. So World War III is constantly brewing left and right. You know, all these nations are what? Preparing for war. That's what we constantly warning you about, left and right. And one thing about it, we already know that they get ready to come with that grain of rice very soon. That's what we constantly want. A lot of people right now eating good right now. You know what I'm saying? You still have your job right now. You still have your family structure. You know what I'm saying? You still thinking that everything would be all right. It's still sunshine today. But this is the quiet before the storm. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people can't tell the signs of the time, and they're right before the eye. The prophets out here speaking loud and clear, but it's only for a short period of time. You know what I'm saying? You got to get it. You know what I'm saying? While it's hot, the door of repentance is closing. Time is running out. We seeing that time is constantly accelerating. You know what I'm saying? We seeing these things happen left and right. So it's a time for war. You know, we're seeing that, you know, World War III is constantly picking up, man. These things are happening left and right, man. And also this devil is seeing that his days are determined. I'm gonna show this video, you know, what this red devil said in a minute. I'm gonna show this quick video. Then we probably go to the comment board in a minute. Let's go here. Proverbs chapter 14, verse 5. It said, seeing his days are determined, said the number of his months are with thee. Said thou hast appointed his bound that he cannot pass. So right there, you know what I'm saying? He got bound that he cannot pass. So it's an hour, month, and a time right down to the millisecond that this man is getting ready to go out. You know what I'm saying? Esau is the end of the world. This world, which in fact is the temporal world, you know, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed, the kingdom of heaven that dwells in right. So we're in that transit to power. We're seeing these things are happening left and right. So he's seeing that his days are determined. So now this man is moving in warp speed. All of a sudden, you know, they was talking about this Epstein's video tapes. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden now he done said that he got to fight crime. He got to go into these major cities, get these immigrants out. So he's beeping up police, and also he's constantly building up military presence across the country. Why? Because he's getting ready to bring this new infrastructure into place. He already knows it's going to be order out of chaos. Once the dollar go, all hell is going to break loose. So he's seeing that his days is determined, but he got an hour, a month, you know, down to the millisecond. Once again, he can't get over, he can't get around. There's nothing he can do about it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? All Bible prophecy shall be fulfilled. You know, we are at that time. You know, the Lord is getting ready to make these things happen, man, left and right, man. We're here. Let me get this quick video and show you this video that this devil, there's a video I want to show y'all right quick. That, you know, he's losing power. That's why he's seeing that his days is determined. Let's get this quick video. See, can I get it to show?
Brothers and sisters, don't get it twisted. What we're watching is not strength. It's desperation, because a strong leader doesn't need to rename the Department of Defense the Department of War. A capable president does not need to send Texas National Guard into Illinois without the governor's consent. A wise administration doesn't need to turn soldiers and ICE on its own citizens. That's not leadership. That's incompetence dressed up as authority. See, when a government has no answers, it manufactures enemies. When it has no solutions, it creates chaos. And when it has no vision, it clings to fear. That's what you're seeing right now. A failed administration exposing itself in real time. But here's what they don't want you to realize. Your doubts are justified. Your anger you feel is righteous. The unease you carry is true. You're not imagining their failures. You are not exaggerating their lawlessness. What you are witnessing is confirmation. This administration is unfit, unconstitutional, and losing its grip on power.
So you see right there, that's what I want to bring out. That's what I want to bring out in. That's what I want to bring out in that. So he's losing his power. The Lord is constantly working, making Esau barren and barren. You know, shameful spirit is upon his glory. You know what I'm saying? This man, you know, he cannot run, he cannot hide. You know, seeing that right now before our eyes. And also this man is constantly going in under people's country, constantly, you know what I'm saying, being, I call him the bully of the whole earth. But that chain has changed right now. These nations not afraid of America anymore. America is getting ready to be put on their asses very soon. You know what I'm saying? We're very close. These nations not playing anymore. You already see what's going on down there with Venezuela. This man, DJ Donald Trump, this man, which in fact, reincarnation of Nero, you know, which we believe through the spirit, that this man is goddamn, he's getting ready to get it popping through the spirit and the power. Yeah, how about Shema Abishai? Let's get to one here, Habakkuk chapter 2. Let's go into Habakkuk chapter 2. Two things I want to get out of there. Habakkuk chapter 2. And man, these things are fast approaching. So we seeing that this man, that his power is constantly what? Diminishing. He's seeing right now he don't have that that grip upon the entire earth, the hammer of the whole earth. That is out. These nations right now, you don't see how people, they want to come through and blow or whatever, like they still constantly want to play games. Our people love to play games, but all the games about to be, want to blow and stuff, instead of them pulling, hey man, what is this all about? You know what I'm saying? This is your heritage. You know what I'm saying? This is your way of life. You know what I'm saying? This is our way out of here. You know what I'm saying? And out about it, salvation is coming. And one thing about it, the Lord's only dealing with the elect at this particular time. But a lot of people right now are going to be totally destroyed because, you know, they trust in oppression. They trust in white man Jesus. You know what I'm saying? And they love it here. They're getting ready to die here. That's what we constantly warning about left and right. But hey, man, you know what I'm saying? So this man is constantly losing his grip, man. What I said, I want to go to Habakkuk chapter 2. So this man is losing his grip. And let's go here further, and we're going to go back up. Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 16. It says, thou art filled with shame for glory. It said, drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. It said, the cup of the Lord's right hand shall turn unto thee, and shameful spirit shall be on thy glory. So that's exactly what we're seeing. The Lord is uncovered. His, you know what I'm saying, everything, you know, his foreskin, he's been uncovered. When you lift up a person, a skirt is being, you know, things are being exposed. You know, he's being exposed, he's being a manifest. Everyone pretty much knowing who is causing all these problems around the world, who is causing all these conflicts around the world. This man can't get along with anyone. So shameful spirit is upon his glory. So pretty much everyone knowing that, you know, this man is destroying the earth, this man is going in other people's nations, starting all kind of troubles and shit like that. So now, even the low levels, I put them like this, I call them poor white trash Edomites. They even are going against him. They're saying, hey man, this man is getting ready to lead us off a cliff. So they seeing it right before our eyes. You know, you're not a what I call billionaire, a billionaire and got several billion of dollars. You know, he ain't giving a damn about you no way. You know what I'm saying? But one thing about it, we already knowing that, you know, he will not be able to perform his enterprise. Let's go here once again. It says here, Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 16. It says, thou art filled with shame for glory. Say, drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. Say, the cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spirit shall be on thy glory. So that's exactly what we're seeing. This rep devil is getting ready to be, is getting exposed. Let's go to this one right quick. And I think this was in Jeremiah chapter 49. He just read them scriptures, you know, just going off the spirit and rolling in the spirit today. 49. Let's go here. You know, this red devil here, man, Lord, he finna shut this red devil down. You know what I'm saying? And we see that we're here. Okay, we have 44. I'm gonna go on to the comic board in a minute. But man, it's time to seek the Lord. It's time to stop playing around. It don't matter what type of problems that you are having. You're gonna have more problems. You know what I'm saying? If you're not part of the elect, if you're not seeking the Lord, you know what I'm saying? The election has attained, and the rest was blind. So one thing about it, you know, whether people believe it or not, everything that we know and see right now, all this right here is getting ready to be totally destroyed. You know what I'm saying? This earth aid is coming to an end. America will be totally destroyed. You know what I'm saying? And this place right here, you know, will never be inhabited again. We tell our people there, they say, "Oh, what are you talking about? You're lying," because, you know, because it's still sunshine here. They're still eating good. They're still drinking good. Cause what? They still thinking that they are a good case. But one thing about it, man, we're running out of time. Let's go here to Jeremiah chapter 49. Let's get a little bit more on Esau. It says here, Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 7 said, "Concerning Edom, thus said the Lord of hosts, said, is wisdom no more in Teman? Said, is counsel perished from the prudent? Said, is their wisdom vanished?" So added by, you know, Teman, you know, what is out of German. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the tribes of Esau. And one thing about it, we already know about those them scientists back when they I think World War II, they went over into America. Just a little quick brief history of that. You know, they went over there and started NASA. You know, so that's just a little brief history of that. So he's saying now that their wisdom is constantly what? Diminishing. The Lord is taking their wisdom away from them. You know what I'm saying? Verse 8. You know, so he's saying, well, you know, what was done to us is getting ready to be done to them. So the Lord is slowly putting the curses upon them. Verse 8, he said, "Flee ye, turn." He said, "Flee ye, turn back. Dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan." He said, "For I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him." Said, "the time that I will visit him." Said, verse 9 said, "If great gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some great that they not leave some gleaming grapes? Say, if thieves by night, they will destroy till they have enough." So one thing about this right here is talking about, you know, in ancient days where you pass by a fruit tree or grapes or whatever type of fruit it was, you leave some fruit there for the next for your next brethren, you know, and stuff like that. But Esau, he'll take the damn fruit and he'll pull up the whole goddamn tree out of the root and every damn thing. This man is the harbinger of death, but he's being exposed right now. Man is constantly destroying the earth. We are the earth right now is mourning. You know what I'm saying? Ready to get rid of this red devil. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Lord's getting ready to do. Verse 10, it said, "But I have made Esau bare, and I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall be not." So like, let's start back over, just in the spirit. Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 10 said, "But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not." So the Lord is making Esau bare left and right. That's why this man is moving in war speed. You know, his witchcraft is not working. You know what I'm saying? His black magic, none of this stuff is not working. You know, the Lord is disappointing him right before our eyes. You know what I'm saying? War is upon us. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is getting ready to destroy this place. That's why they keep talking about that 3-eyed Atlas. Every day, pretty much they're talking about that. But one thing about, we know that they might come up with some type of false flag event, but we're going to see right through it. You know, that's why you got to have a spirit of discernment. So let's go here to the comment board right quick, see what's on the comment board, and after that we'll close out. I'm about spec, and just, you know, I'm just seeing things through spirit. I might have one more I'm going to show you about this digital society. This is a video I had a while back about these digital ID. I'll probably show that in a minute, but we're going to go to the comment board right now, see how we running. Oh, man, we almost at out of hour, man. I'm telling you, man. And this time is just moving, you know, like warp speed. You're seeing time just picking up, man. You know, every time you look around, the Lord is saying, you know, for the elect say, these days shall be shortened. So, man, we seeing these things are picking up left and right. Man, we are here, man. Let's see here. Let's open this up and see what I got on the comment board. Let's get some of these comments right quick. Let's see what I got here. Let's go here with Ken Parvis. Let's get a couple of hills and then we'll close out. Ken Parvis, he got here Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 6. It said, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and the strength of salvation." Said, "The fear of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is the treasure." So one thing about it, you know what I'm saying? Wisdom and knowledge, you know, this gospel, this wisdom shall sustain you in time of trouble. That stability goes into your faith. You know what I'm saying? Faith and work hand in hand. So we got to have it. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, you know, a lot of people right now, they don't have wisdom and knowledge. You know what I'm saying? They don't fear the Lord, and they're going to be totally destroyed. Same brother, Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 28 said, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. So when this time of trouble comes, they're going to be trying to seek the men of the Lord, but they shall not find him, because they're going to be in what? In the secret place of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? So it's a certain time limit on to get this truth. You know what I'm saying? The internet right now is rolling, the YouTube. You know, it's pretty convenient right now. You know what I'm saying? You pretty much can just, any time of the day or the night, you can come right on YouTube and find your favorite teacher or prophet or whatever you are looking for. You can find it right now. You know what I'm saying? The Lord set up the internet to do all the heavy lifting of the unicorn. You know what I'm saying? The Lord set this thing up. So that's, they're going to seek the Lord early, but it's going to be too late, And it says here, same brother, Revelation chapter 17 and 16 says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Exactly what they're getting ready to do. You're just talking about the EU and NATO. You know what I'm saying? At some point, they're going to turn on what? America. You know what I'm saying? So we see how these things are lining up left and right. So the Lord is, constantly bringing this nightmare to an end. We seeing this thing, because I'm laughing because I see it. I'm seeing, you got to be, when you're a prophet, you got to be visual. You can just see it. You seeing it happen. Hey, they just shall burn the oil. You know what I'm saying? Which in fact is America, Babylon the Great. You know what I'm saying? The mother of harlots. This place is, you know what I'm saying? The most wicked kingdom ever erected. The Lord is going to put fire to this place. We cannot wait. Same brother, Luke chapter 21 and verse 28, it said, and when these things begin to come to pass, what the signs of the time, the prophecy, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draws near. So right here, you know what I'm saying, we're seeing that UFO sites all across the world. Just like I talked about that three-eye atlas, they're talking about this object. You know what I'm saying? But we already been seeing UFO sites pretty much every day, or more active every day. They're eyes of the Lord, the angels of the Lord. Negro men riding around with so-called spacecraft, what they ignorantly call UFO or UAPs. And that is by, a lot of people are getting ready to be for in a rude awakening. You know what I'm saying? When you go to what is that? Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, you start around verse 1. You know what I'm saying? The strangeness of his salvation. These people they're gonna be like, what in the hell? We count them as the fools. You know what I'm saying? But wait, the Lord get ready to do a mighty work. So, our redemption draw nearer and nearer. These prophecies are speaking loud and clear. They're lining up. The men of the Lord in the highways, the Bible, making these video pistols. You know what I'm saying? And these UFOs, the eyes of the Lord are out in every place, beholding the good and the evil. So we're seeing right now that, you know what I'm saying, the Lord is visiting the earth that he created. Same brother, Ken Parvis, 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17 said, for the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh, and if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh? So one thing about it, so we already know that, judgment is going to start at the house of Israel, the Negroes, the Latino, the Native Indian. The Lord's going to purge out the rebels first, then he's going to these heathen nations, started the head of these heathen nations, which in fact is Esau, Edom. So the Lord's getting ready to bring forth that judgment like we have never seen before. So we're very close to these times. So judgment is now at hand. So it's time to seek the Lord while he can be found. How do you seek the Lord? Through his mouthpiece, through the prophet, video pistol, in the highways and byways. It's time to seek the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Because all this information is ready right at your fingertip. You got a phone, you can find the Lord. Lord done sought up everything, so will not be no excuse in that time. Let's get this last one by Ken Purvis. It says, Isaiah chapter 13 and verse, I think it's 9, it got 99 on it. I know it's got to be verse 9. It said, for behold, the day of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is coming, which cannot be escaped, a day of wrath and anger, and make the world desolate, and to destroy. It's kind of going together, sinners out of it. That's right. You exactly right. You know what I'm saying? We very close, man. These things are coming upon us at a fast pace. That's why we constantly warn you left and right. We're gonna go to Isaiah chapter 34, because the day of the Lord, the indignation of the Lord is upon all these damn heathens, man. We're gonna go to Joel chapter 3 too. So we seeing right now the picture is lining up. We're seeing that these prophecies right now are speaking loud and clear. We're seeing what's going on in Chicago. We're seeing what's getting ready to happen in these other major cities around the world. The devil's getting ready to come down with great wrath. We're seeing that he's putting his military into place. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that right quick. Let's go here to Psalm chapter 37. So he's plotting against the what? The just. You know what I'm saying? Which in fact is the elect. Let's go here right quick. You know, see here. Let's go here to Psalm chapter 37. Psalm chapter 37 and Psalm chapter 37. Let's see where I'm gonna start up at. Psalm chapter 37 and verse 12. Psalm chapter 37 and verse 12 said, the wicked plotteth against the just and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. So that's exactly what we're seeing. Who is the wicked? The modern day so-called Esau Edom, the so-called white man. The devil that the Bible speaks, he's plotting. You know what I'm saying? What his agenda, his plan, you know what I'm saying? His enterprise, you know what I'm saying? Total control. To bring forth that chip also, make you a perpetual slave against the just. Who is the just? The elect, you know what I'm saying? The true believers of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? That's who they're coming for. And gnashing upon him with his teeth, with his what? Military, with his technology. So that's exactly what we seeing, his pseudo sign. We seeing that left and right, that this red devil is getting ready to roll on us. We constantly warn you. When the enemy come in like a flood, the Lord's going to lift up a standard. So we knowing that divine intervention, supernatural intervention is getting ready to come into play. We knowing that we at these times. You know what I'm saying? So one thing about it that, you know what I'm saying, hey, when the Lord bring it, it's not going to be no respected person. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have every opportunity to get this truth. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people come through here blowing. A lot of people walk through here and smiling and laughing. You happen to be here, but you get ready to die here. That's what we constantly warn you about left and right. A lot of people, you can't get right this time, but you're going to get right very soon. Everybody's going to be back in their right mind in the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness. But the Lord is only coming back for the Israel of the Most High, the elect, the one that was preordained from the beginning. That's who the Lord's coming back for first, the first fruits. Hey, man, we're here. We're constantly warning you left and right. Let's read this once again. Psalm chapter 37 and verse 12 said, the wicked plotteth against the just and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. So what that, he constantly plotted. That's what we constantly seeing left and right. Setting up all these, talking about he got to bring in the military, these ICE police, federalizing the police. You know what I'm saying? These ICE patrols, bringing in the National Guard. Pretty much saying he getting ready to bring in the whole damn military. You know what I'm saying? But just like I say, you know, it's a time in the season when this man gonna do these things. You know, he's doing the bidding of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. So we constantly seeing America is constantly slowly on the decline. We're seeing that America is constantly, you know, it's falling apart left and right. We're seeing it with our own eyes. You know what I'm saying? This place is finished. You know what I'm saying? Babylon the Great, America, the most wicked kingdom that ever was erected. This place is getting ready to be destroyed with those IBCM missiles and the Lord laser and chariot fire. The Lord's going to deliver his elect, and everyone that is left is going to be in that lake of fire, which in fact is the second death. So we are very close to this time. Let's read verse 13. As Psalm chapter 37 and verse 13 said, the Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. How the Lord shall laugh at him? Through what? Through his mouthpiece, the prophet. We laughing right there, but we seeing that his day is coming. We seeing that this man is falling out of rulership. This man goddamn know his ass from his asshole. You know what I'm saying? He's afraid right now. Great fear is falling upon this red devil. He can't run, he can't hide. You know what I'm saying? The Lord's getting ready to bring this nightmare to an end, man. We are here, it is at the door. It says here, verse 14 said, the wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow, said to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be in upright conversation. Not about, you know, who is an upright conversation? The elect, the one that's constantly going against this red devil. You know that this man is his ass getting ready to go into slavery. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, you know, a lot of our people are thinking that the white man is their friend. They think that these heathen nations are their friend. But guess right, you getting ready to F around and find out. You know, they hate your ass. But one thing about it, you got to come back accordingly. The Lord said in Malachi chapter 1, he said in Romans chapter 9 also, said Esau has I hated and Jacob have I loved. You know, it's plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that try to switch it around. Oh, the Lord said he hate them. Don't mean that we hate him, but man, you was a damn fool. You know, so a lot of people, you know, they're rejecting their own inheritance. They're rejecting really Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, you know, there's going to be a penalty for that. Verse 15 says, their sword shall enter their own heart, and their bow shall be broken. So that's what the Lord is getting ready to do. You know what I'm saying? He's getting ready to break him. The Lord is getting ready to bring him very low. The Lord is getting ready to put this man into slavery where he belongs. He's getting ready to end this nightmare. That's what we're constantly longing for each and every day. See where we at right now. Okay. We get ready to close out. Let's see where we are, over an hour now. We read that out. So we'll go here. We'll get ready to close out. Let's go here to Isaiah chapter 34. We'll close out here. Isaiah chapter 34. Isaiah chapter 34, verse 2 said, for the indignation of the Lord is upon all the nation, and his fury is upon all their armies. So he has utterly destroyed them. He has delivered them to the slaughter. So that's what the Lord is getting ready to do. You know what I'm saying? The indignation of the Lord is upon, you know, all these nations right now. That's why the Lord is moving the chess pieces around. That's why we're seeing these things are happening left and right. One nation riding against the next. We're seeing what rumors of wars are all over the place. We're seeing that the prophets, we are standing on our watch. You know, we're going very strong for Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. You know, so we're coming in these times. We're coming upon judgment. The Lord's getting ready to end this nightmare. You know what I'm saying? The end of all things is at hand. So let's read this once again. It says, Isaiah chapter 34, verse 2 said, for the indignation or the righteous anger of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He has utterly destroyed them. He has delivered them to the slaughter. So that's where we at right now. The Lord's getting ready to do that. You know what I'm saying? So when you go to Zephaniah, to back it up a little bit more, that's what the Lord is doing, moving the chess pieces around. Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 9, verse 8, Salaki. And it says here, we're going to close out right here. It said, therefore wait ye upon me, says the Lord, upon the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nation, that I may assemble the kingdom, to pour upon them my indignation, righteous anger. Say, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. So right here, the Lord is gathering the nation for the controversy of Zion. What was done to us is getting ready to be done to them. So we at that time right now. The Lord is getting ready to set the record straight. The writing is on the wall. The judgment is getting ready to go down. The prophecies are speaking loud and clear. And the Lord, we constantly warning you left and right. That's why we waiting on the Lord patiently. We know that the implementation of the RFD microchip is coming very soon. You know, this digital society, you know, it's going to be digital programmable. It's going to go under the skin. So we right there, we will not be able to buy or sell. So we coming upon this time. Jacob's trouble is at the door. You know, we are here. You know, it's time to watch, pray, and be sober. Let's go to our last final script. Let's close out here in 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 7. 1 Peter, let's see here. 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 7. 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 7. It said, but the end of all things is at hand. It said, be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. And out about the end of all things, you know what I'm saying? The end of this age, the end of the end of this age, the end of this world, you know, as we know it, you know what I'm saying? This earth age. And out about, you know, we're in a transition of power. So right now the Lord's getting ready to bring forth the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness. You know, so that's why we gotta pray, be sober, you know what I'm saying, be circumspect, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, and constantly patiently wait on the Lord. And the Lord is gonna do the rest. So that's where we at right now. You know, so we're seeing that these prophecies are speaking loud and clear. We're seeing that right now, the things that's going on in Chicago, you know, we're seeing what this devil is getting ready to implement. You know what I'm saying, civil unrest, you know what I'm saying, Jacob's trouble is at the door. You know what I'm saying, a lot of things are happening, you know what I'm saying, it's fast approaching. So, you know, that's why we got, it's high time to wake out of sleep. You know what I'm saying? That's why we got to do these things. What's going on, man?
Hey, Mr. Brother.
What's happening, man?
Man, I've seen you brothers a lot.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, and all over the place. But you're the first one I've actually stopped and talked to.
Oh, you the first one? Okay, yeah. We all over, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know, you don't want to we inquire the truth. You know, GMS. You know, we got GMS New Orleans, got GMS Baton Rouge, got GMS Lafayette. You know, those are the true men of the Lord. You know, you try, you know, find out about, you know, about your heritage, your way of life, you know, about a birthright.
Well, you said something very important right there. You say heritage.
Yeah.
Right? Heritage is equal to lineage.
Yeah, that's it.
Right? So,
yeah.
So my question to you How long you been an Israelite?
Well, well, basically, we've
All
been
your
an
life.
Israelite
You're
all
born
our
into
life.
it. You're
You know what I'm saying? But the Lord, he put us to sleep, but now he has awakened us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And out of the Bible, you know what I'm saying? When you go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, it give you, what happened to us. You know what I'm saying? You start there, and then you go from there. You know what I'm saying? So,
So you're basing your concept, you're basing your knowledge out of the out of Africa theory.
no, we're not African.
But what I'm saying is it's a theory that we came from Africa. So if
Yeah,
you're talking
yes.
about-
Yeah,
right.
they'll say that. They'll
say that.
They'll call us African Americans and all that.
Right.
They'll call us black. Black is what you call a social construct.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? But we are Hebrew Israelites of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as black. There's no such thing as red.
Right.
They are social construct.
Right.
So we're dealing with different shades of brown, different shades of red.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you can understand that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But what we're saying, the whole paradigm, where you talk about the Bible, you talk about like before there was a Middle East, all that was
There's
considered.
no such thing in the Middle East.
No
They
such
made
thing.
that up.
They
Yeah.
made it up. So you're talking about where these writings or these teachings came from, like from the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Book of Jubilee, all these books that was found over there.
Yeah, but see, the first, like the books came from the prophet. They wrote the books about
Right.
yeah.
Again, I'm not.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
but
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
understand what you're saying.
that it came
Yeah,
from,
yeah,
because they're totally different continents.
Yeah,
Right. You got the North America, South America.
Yeah.
You got Africa. You got
Yeah.
so what I'm saying is where the book originated from, or where the prophets originated from, they came from that part of the land.
yeah, it came from over there.
Right.
The land of Canaan. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Started from over there. Then we was in Egypt for over 400 years. Moses, he wrote the 5 books of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? The books of the law.
Right.
Because you start there. But most of the prophets, they wrote the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Then it was revised several times over the years.
Right.
And then the version that we use is the King James version. This is the version that we use right here. But see, this is what they took out of the Bible. Right here was the Apocrypha, the 14 books right here. But this is the King James version. A lot of times I might be on my phone, but I use my Bible too. You know what I'm saying? So the King James version, which in fact he was a so-called black man. You know what I'm saying? He revised the Bible because we knowing that we were gonna come over here. You know what I'm saying? Over here into the Americans.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
so
The southern tribe.
I'm trying to figure out the time frame, right? Because even before that was written, there was people already here on North Shore of America.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
Right, so
the
that-
northern tribe.
Okay.
Yeah, the northern tribe, the Latinos,
So,
they was here
but that's
before
still putting our roots over there.
Yeah, we are Israelites. We come from the land Israel. You come from the Holy Land. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but
Yeah.
I'm still trying to, because there's been artifacts that's been found
Okay. Yeah.
saying that, like, that whole out of Africa theory and artifacts have been found here in North America.
Yeah.
Where even right here in Baton Rouge, where you got the mound building.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like they were here long before there was a creation of a Bible store.
You're right.
You understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're
so
saying.
I'm just trying to figure out, because like I listen to you brothers and I absorb a lot of information.
Yeah.
Right? But I also listen to the other side too, where they were saying that, well, we were the natives, we were the Indians on this land prior to any Western
We were the
colonization.
first when it came to America. The Lord led us over here, what you call a chariot, by a star. You know what I'm saying? They saying that Christopher Columbus was the first, but he was not a Christopher Columbus.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know that after the Assyrian captivity, the northern tribe, you know what I'm saying, the Lord led them over into the Americas, what was called the land of, let me get it right quick for you.
Well, I know they used to call this land here the Turtle Island.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
that's right.
Turtle Island.
Atheris. That's what it was
Atheris,
called.
yeah,
Yeah.
Atheris,
Yeah, that's it's in the Bible.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what you're talking about. You trying to figure out, trying to make the connection.
Yeah, because the thing is, even though if they knew that we were already over here, couldn't they have already just put that in the Bible anyway?
Yeah, but you already
Even though
know.
we were prior here, saying they were going to kind of say,
Yeah, but see, what you got to understand is this devil right here is very cunning. See, a lot of things, he already know who you are. You know what I'm saying? He already knowing about who the Indians were. He already knew when they first got here. He know that we was the Lord's people. Because Christopher Columbus, you gotta understand, but the name was Christopher Cologne. He had what you call a Jew, not Jewish, a Jew. He brought with him to interpret it. the people that was already over. So he already knew.
I thought it was a Moor.
Nah, yeah, but that's a Jew.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So-called black man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he brought him over here to interpret it because we spoke Hebrew, Paleo Hebrew.
Yeah,
back
they
so
found artifacts of
yeah,
Hebrew
so
here.
I'm trying to give you the connection.
Yeah, but it wasn't all over the United States. This is before the United States. So what I'm trying to figure is like, because if we claim we're from over in that part of the land, our ancestors came from there, that means we can't claim this land here if we were the first originators here.
No,
you following me?
What you got to realize is this: is that when no one, he said, I got to show it to you. Okay. But if you keep talking, I'm gonna find it for you.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. How can we claim this land here if our ancestors and our roots came from over there?
Yeah.
Even if we were the first northern tribe that split from the southern kingdom.
Yeah. So right here, you know, I think it's in 2 Kings chapter 17. Also, it tell you about the Assyrian captivity. Mm-hmm. So you know they said the lost tribe. Mm-hmm. It's talking about the northern tribe. Mm-hmm. So after the Assyrian captivity, it's going right here in 2 chapter 13 and verse 4. This is exactly what you're talking about. And these the books that they took out of the Bible. Right. You already know that most people, like right here in America, they only have the New Testament and the Old Testament, but they don't have the Apocrypha, the 14 books that they took out. Mm-hmm. These are the books that he took out to make the connection. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? So this right here, what are you talking about? 2 Ezra chapter 13 and verse 4, it said, those are the 10 tribes, the northern tribe, what you were talking about, were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Odessa, the king whom Salamar, the king of Syria, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land. Mm-hmm. It said, verse 41 said, but they took this counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathens and go forth unto a further country where never mankind dwelt. Mm-hmm. Verse 42 said that they might, keep their statute which they never kept in their own land. Verse 43 said, and they enter into the Euphrates by the narrow passage of the river. Said verse 44, for the Most High then showed signs from them and held still the flood till they were passed over. Verse 45, for through that country there was a great way to go, namely a year and a half, and the same region is called Azra, which in fact is called America today. Right. The other, another land. Right. So that's what the Lord sent the 10 tribes. Yeah, it was going to, you know what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying, but I still can't grasp that concept that they say Africa is the mother country.
Yeah.
Everything originated over there. When now scientists is finding evidence that things started here in North America before Africa.
No. We started in the Garden of Eden.
Because the problem is, this problem I see where you got the Europeans, and the Europeans, there was some black Europeans and some white Europeans, right? And they come over here to this land with our people that was already here first.
God, I just read it.
I know you just read it, but you're giving me the passage of how it happened, where it started from over there, and it
Shalom.
Oh, sorry.
I tell you what, we can go into a little bit more if we ready to shut this live down. I'm just standing up, but let me shut this live down. I'm gonna break it down for a little bit more.
Okay.
I like to say Shalom on everyone in the comment board. Before we leave, I like to face the east. I like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashir, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashir, Rikak Wadash. And double honors to those great millstone while let this true. And also to the Ophelect that scattered abroad. Keep pushing, keep believing. Shalom. Shalom. I didn't want to